revolving door. Welcome to the Geek Matrix. Hello, everyone. It's the DC Comics Review Show number 159, the world's greatest comic show about the world's greatest superheroes. And it is, as usual, Rob here. Joining me, as always, are my wonderful co hosts, Brandon.
Hello, everyone. Newly deputized member of Batman Inc. signing in.
What's your bat name?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. I just put on the mask. I'll figure it out later.
All right. Just don't make it Batman of New York.
Batman of New York. Yeah, maybe. I'll just be Batman New York. We'll simplify.
There we go. It's like Justice League Detroit, but
Yes.
Batman New York.
Batman NY.
I love it. And Josh.
Howdy, everybody. Sorry, no bad dad jokes today.
It's been a technical difficulties today.
Always a fun time.
Yeah. It's getting a bit of getting used to for me just being on stream. I forgot to shave. My beard's a mess. I am so sorry, folks. I'm not dappered up for you today, but also I leaned into the microphone like we were still recording just the podcast, thinking, oh shit, people are gonna see me doing this, and I look stupid right now, especially with this sunny glow on my face. Again, doing that whole Brawling Bruce intro. Shameless.
Got like a spotlight on your face. It looks like.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're a member of Batman
Oh
Incorporated.
my God. Put that thing away. It's a weapon of mass destruction.
You're a member of
Holy
Batman Incorporated, and Rob, he's the Bat Signal.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll take Bat Signal over
I've been
Egghead.
summoned. I have to make my way to Canada now.
That is shocking how glaring
know.
that is.
Wow.
Holy crap.
That's like a mirror, dude.
I know I've been called Chrome Dome, but this is ridiculous.
Oh my God. Giving Lex Luthor a run for his money.
I literally see lens flares in my camera. This is
like, oh my God.
this is insane.
My eyes.
Oh man. Okay. Well, that's some fun. We've had some laughs. I like it. What's going on with you guys? What's new in the world? Can I go first?
Yes.
Sure.
Alan!
I figured.
Alan! Not Jurassic Park 3. Alan!
I forgot we were streaming for a second, so I was just like, will people be able to see that? But
Yes.
no, yeah, they can. Show that thing off.
Accessory green glow, which many people apparently don't like because it doesn't look good, but I think it looks great.
I think it looks sick. That's
Yeah.
a really nice sculpt.
I do too.
Well, I won't do you one better, but I'll chime in with my
Oh,
Batman Inc.
wait, hang on. Shine the bat signal.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. summoned to the rescue.
Right on.
But that just came today, along with the rest of the characters from that line, and I was like a kid at Christmas. I was so excited. So I have that. A tiny, like microscopic Damien over in the corner, and then Knight and Man of Bats I haven't unboxed yet. But I'll get
That
to
is
it.
so cool. That Davian
so-
looks good.
It's really good, yeah. But he's so small. Like, I mean, it's fitting because he's supposed to be like 10, but I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, it's like a little, I don't know, cake topper or something.
Right.
Who is Knight in that package? Is it the new one or the old one?
Yeah, no, this is Cyril. So this
Oh,
is
okay,
like
right on.
classic Knight.
The old
Which,
Jeep.
like, selfishly, I wish there was a Squire to go with it, but I don't think
Yeah.
they did a figure of that.
That's a
It would
shame.
be cool though.
But
Yeah.
they should do like the new Knight.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
Actually, you know what I saw at it's a toy store, but it's like one of those hole in the wall toy stores.
Yeah.
Like they didn't do any decorating; they just put up a sign and a bunch of shelves and like
Nice.
here's some toys. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they have like Michael Turner designed Batman Superman figures.
Ooh, yeah.
Like 2006.
I feel like I've
Like, how
seen
did you
those,
get
but-
these?
Yeah, I don't know how they would have got their hands on them unless.
Yeah,
they had
I
them
think
in
it's
stock
DC
forever.
Direct as well. It's like the classic packaging, but it
Probably,
might
yeah.
even be a reprint.
Yeah. Oh, I would like to get my hands on them.
Yeah, it's like the complete wave 1 is on the shelves. Like, how the fuck?
Have you had a chance to read that story yet?
Because
Yeah.
when I bought that trade, I bought a bunch of other trades too, and I was like,
Right, yeah.
okay, I want to read these other ones first. And I completely forgot about it. Now I'm working my way through Green Lantern Earth 1 because I never finished Volume 2.
Ooh,
Yeah, so I'll get there.
eventually.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
we'll have
still
to.
itching to finish Jeff Johns' Flash and Grant
Yes.
Morrison's
Oh man.
JLA.
Ooh,
How have you
you're
not
you're
gone
gonna
through
love that.
either one of those yet? Oh
Money.
my
Well,
god.
you finished.
They haven't shown up at Dollarama.
Yeah,
Ah,
you
there you
finished
go.
Blitz, and then
Yeah, and
was
then
that it? Was that where you stopped?
I checked out. Forgive me, it's old issues online.
Very good.
201 and 202,
Yeah,
and it's such a depressing story.
yeah. It's like Wally's stripped of his memory of being the Flash, and
Yeah,
is just kind of like working at a garage, and
I like.
gradually, yeah.
I
That's
wasn't
kind of a
in love
weird
with the
one.
art either, because
Yeah,
it's not. Fuck, who's the artist?
Scott Collins.
Yeah, it's not Scott Collins, so it's
Yeah,
just jarringly different. The
yeah.
art's not
It's like
bad. It's just
it. It kind of reminds me of like Eduardo Riso, but not
yeah,
quite as, I don't know.
but it almost
Not quite as
fits the
there.
story. Where like
Yeah,
Scott Collins definitely has that kind of upbeat style
yeah,
that fits Wally so well, and this is such a depressing story right off the
yeah.
bat that you don't. It makes sense Collins wouldn't be involved.
It's not bad from what I remember. I just, yeah, it's like such a tone shift, which I guess is fitting after Blitz, but yeah,
Yeah,
it was just, you're kind of like, oh, okay, can we get back to the fun stuff? But yeah,
yeah,
well, you'll have to know when you let me know when you eventually get back on that train. 'Cause
definitely.
I'm
I
very
might
excited
I
for
might
it.
order Volume 4 tomorrow. We'll see.
Ooh.
My
But
LCS only has Volume 5 and 6.
oh yeah, yeah. What about you, Josh? What you get to show off this week?
Oh, not a whole lot. I went to that awful smelling comic book shop and fell
Ooh,
in
yeah.
love. And
Yeah,
I managed to grab a couple issues of heavy metal. I had
nice.
to.
Heavy metal. Oh man.
Yeah, after hearing that it was done, I saw it and I'm like, I'm grabbing these two.
Yeah.
They
Are these retro heavy metals or more recent stuff?
Oh no, 2001 and 2002.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Right on.
yeah, I got Mark Russell in there,
Wow.
right?
Mark Russell in
Um,
2001? I didn't even know he was writing comics back then.
Grimm. It was recommended to me by the comic book shop owner. Apparently, it's
Is that the Stephanie Phillips series?
it's from maybe. It's in
But
Dynamite.
2001? I thought Stephanie Phillips was like really young.
No, no,
Oh,
no,
no,
no, no.
you said
That's
Grimm.
that was the
Oh, okay. Oh, separate.
no,
I thought you were talking about a story
This-
in.
Yeah, different
Oh,
one.
okay.
yeah. No,
They're
this
in
is
the-
based on the TV show, or the TV show is
Oh,
based off
okay.
of them.
Yeah.
But I was complaining about the CW, and he was like, "Well, this one wasn't bad."
Yeah.
Nice.
I got Changeling versus Terminator.
Nice.
Nice.
I got Happy Anniversary.
What is that?
It's kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What issue is that? Is that like the 80s, 90s?
71. But yeah,
71.
pretty
Hold it.
dang
Hold it in
close,
front
man.
of you. Hold it
Yeah,
in front
'cause
of you.
it's kind
Yeah,
of,
it's disappearing.
yeah.
Oh, okay. New Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or the New Titans, right? That's after
That's
the name change.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's New Titans.
Yeah.
Yep, the other one's
And that's
Tails.
let me see if my memory is correct, but is that like Wolfman, Tom Grummett, that era?
For the New
You can look
Titans or
it
the
should be on the
Tails?
cover, yeah.
Nope, it's not on the cover. Oh,
It's
there
not
we
on the
go.
cover.
Yep, Wolfman, Grummet, and Vay. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
underneath the price tag.
Ladies and gentlemen, the librarian.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That is what I am saying. And then the Tales of the Teen Titans is Wolfman
Nice.
and Ron Randall.
Yeah, another one of those kind of like those 80s artists that I don't really know what happened to after that. I think he might have done some Green Lantern, and then I have no clue.
I can't. I have to open this up because I want to see who the cover artist is. Oh yeah, it's old. They don't tell that. I forgot.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
They usually have the signature though. If you
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, good luck finding it though.
Yeah, that's always the fun part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not bad. It's got good art. don't know if you can see it or
Oh,
not.
now you're completely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't
stereotypical
show.
Geek Fix logo.
There we go.
That does look really cool.
It
Yeah.
is.
Nice
Good.
finds.
Not too shabby. Not
Gotta
too
be
shabby.
careful though. You get suckered in, and then you're there every day.
Dude,
Or
he's
at least
holding
close enough.
he's holding on to the whole the 4-part who is Donna Troy and then Let's
yeah.
Meet Troya for me because I was missing number 1. And I'm
That
like, I
arc
can't if I have that
is-
sitting there
Yeah.
without number 1, it's just gonna make me mad every time I look at it.
That arc is it looks very nice because it's like the first time that George Perez has worked with Marv Wolfman in a while after he left the New Teen Titans book to draw Wonder Woman. And it looks very nice, but I don't remember the story being all that good. I'm not saying don't buy it. Get it for yourself. At the very least, it'll be pretty to look at. But yeah, you got to kind of put it in context because this is like 1988.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean,
hype
it's
of the New
something
Teen
I
Titans has kind of
remember.
faded. Yeah,
Like
like it's I don't know. I was kind of like, yeah, it's a different era, and I don't know. It felt like the magic that they had in the first 40, 50 issues or so kind of wasn't there in the same way it used to be. But
well,
that could just be me.
that stings.
Yeah.
It's right around there though. It's right around issue 50.
Yeah, it's 50. That's when
Yeah.
they have the name change, and then they do that arc and kind of shift the direction so it's a little more adult focused. They're not the Teen Titans anymore.
Fair enough.
Right on. All right, so folks, tune in next week for more show and tell.
Nice being back in grade school.
Yeah, no, that was fun. We should do that every week. Just like pull something out of your collection.
Yeah.
I've already got a few things planned for next week.
Well, I have volume 3 of Wonder Woman Earth 3 that should be coming. So
There was a volume 3?
there's a
Yeah.
volume 3.
When
3
did
volumes.
that come out?
Yeah, like I don't know, last year, 2 years ago or something.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I wish they would just do Aquaman already.
You're not gonna.
I think they planned a Flash and an Aquaman, and I know they both got canceled, but so
I
frustrating.
don't know if it's like a lack of interest thing, but yeah, every time they try and do something with Aquaman, I was shocked that they got what was it, Andromeda, to get published through Black Label.
And it was
That would've been
fantastic.
dead- It was great,
Really
but I thought
good.
that would have been dead in the water. Pun very much intended.
I was reading or listening to. Oh yeah, it was a Philip Kennedy Johnson interview, I think, on
Yeah.
the podcast of OA, and he was talking about how he had an Aquaman story that he pitched to DC. You know
Yeah.
the story?
I don't know this story, but I'm not
Okay.
surprised because he did an annual of Aquaman
Yeah.
like in 2018.
So he pitched the story years ago to DC.
Mhm.
I mean, it's good, but why does it have to be Aquaman? And he didn't have an answer, and that's why it never got published.
That's the end. That's all they need. Put the single
Man.
hole that they need to punch.
Yeah.
Because if they're like, why do we have to do an Aquaman story and you can't come up with a legitimate answer, it's over.
Exactly.
And they're like, well, then we're not going to do it. You don't
Uh,
have a good enough reason. So
How about because he needs a good one. He needs a good story.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not going to make us money. That's what we care about.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
I'm still
but
sour on how much everybody hated Kelly Sue DeConnick's run.
They can all suck a fish because that was good.
I enjoyed it, especially that last issue.
Oh,
that,
God, yeah.
That big long goodbye that she did. Jesus Christ! I never thought reading an Aquaman book would make my eyes water. But
Right? I mean, I'll admit the first 2 arcs in that story in her run was rough. It wasn't a great start, so I can understand why a lot of people would have been turned off by it. I didn't really enjoy it, but once you get past that, it's fantastic.
yeah, the first
I feel like-
arc was
Yeah,
was
I need
bad.
to go back and finish it at some point because that's where I dropped. I was just like, I was I still had PTSD from the Rick Grayson stuff. And
I
I was
don't.
like, I'm not reading another
Yeah.
fucking amnesia story, so I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah.
So after 50, I called it quits.
Yeah, get past the first arc. The second one is, I would say, it's better than the first
It's
arc.
definitely better, but it
Yeah.
was still just it had me saying, okay, when are we gonna get back to Atlantis?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you do.
Yeah. It's fairly quick.
Yeah.
And honestly, Brandon, like I completely understand the Rick Grayson PTSD, but it
Oh
really
my
wasn't
God.
as bad as that anywhere
Yeah.
close. It still had that Aquaman feel. He wasn't a
good.
brand new person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that everybody's saying. Okay, little bit of news as well. Two things I wanted to point out. Uh, for some fucking reason, Marvel keeps taking L's for Spider-Man.
I just keep taking L's in general, but
Right.
They have, well, I'm not going to say in general because like the X-Men stuff is still pretty good,
mhm.
and they have some good books coming out, but anything spider related seems to be in the shithole.
Shit hole.
Spider-Man Reign 2 was announced a couple of days ago. Technically, um, heavily, um, what's the word I'm trying to think
Is
of?
controversial the right word?
It's heavily
Yes.
insinuated that it's
Yeah.
Rain 2, Rain the sequel, Electric Boogaloo,
Electric
minus Mary
Boogaloo.
Jane. What concerns me is that the image they posted is Spider-Man swinging through the air with what looks to be Mary Jane on his back, but you can't see her face because I'm assuming because she's dead. Why is she there? Is he just swinging around with his wife's corpse? Or is this an origin story for I? So many questions, and I don't want any of them answered.
Well,
Man.
in more exciting Marvel news, I match you that story with. I wouldn't have even mentioned this if it didn't.
Uh
Uh-oh, what happened?
oh. he just upright got raptured. What the hell? Well, I can tell you right away, he was going to go into a Daredevil story. That was also announced. That also is kind of odd. He was telling me about it earlier. I'm just gonna let him know he up and disappeared.
He did. He up and disappeared. He's no longer
Oh,
there.
there we go. That
There
was
we
weird.
go. Brandon's back. Back again. Right?
Oh, maybe. You were about to mention, I assume, was the Daredevil story.
Series set during the Black Armor era. Why? Like I don't know. Maybe it could be good. I'm not gonna like again shit on it before it comes out. But I just saw this and I was like, who is this for? Who even remembers that with any kind of fondness?
All right.
I feel like the only person I should ask is you, Josh, as someone who would have been reading comics, quite regularly during the '90s. Is this something you want? Is this for your target demographic?
I am so sorry. I didn't hear that part. I was messing with some settings. What
Oh.
I heard everything but the title of what y'all were talking about.
Daredevil Black Armor, which
No.
is set during yeah. Thank you.
No.
That's all you need to know.
That's it. Nope. Nope. Negative. No, if Daredevil doesn't wear his usual one, then the only fucking one I ever want to see him in is yellow.
I
Right on.
agree. But
That's it.
I don't know. I guess someone wanted this.
Who's doing it?
The original writer of Daredevil in the '90s, D.G. Chichester and Netho Diaz, who actually he's a really talented artist. He did an issue of Vanish, the Image series, and that was pretty good. Like artistically, I can't speak for the '90s Daredevil series because I saw that costume and I was like, nope. Plenty of other things I could do with my time than read this shit.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this is something that appeals to you or you just want to see what this book is even about. I I think it's out in October or November. So there you go. Check it out. Daredevil Black Armor. It's for somebody, I guess.
Or you could read something way better and check out Chip Zdarsky's journey.
Yeah. Or you could do that, save your money, and
Yeah.
read something that would
But
probably be
there
significant.
should be 2 trades out. There should be.
Yep. And a
Yeah.
hardcover,
it
and
just-
probably an omnibus coming soon. You
Yeah.
just save your money for a while and buy that.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is swinging through the air with some dead Mary Jane on his back. If-
Supposedly, that's what I'm
if-
assuming.
Dude, I swear, seriously, if you had not told me what you had told me about Donny Cates earlier,
Right.
I
So
would say
I-
this
that
is the
was-
kind of crazy that would come from Donny Cates.
Did you read Spider-Man Reign?
I did not.
That was smart.
Yeah, good move.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely an experience, not one I regret, but not one I'm proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then.
It was like when Marvel was still trying to do the End series, but they wanted to be more edgy and different. And it's just too much.
Yeah. Which is a shame because like it was part of the Marvel Knights line, which had some pretty good stuff. Like there's the Namor series, it's really good.
Yeah.
There's the
Wow. I
the
can't
Silver
imagine
Surfer book from Straczynski and Assad Ribic that no one talks about. It's really good actually. And then you have this to fill out the
And of all those books,
examples. Yes.
Reign gets the sequel.
That's the one they want to get a sequel. That's the one that people wanted to see more of, I guess.
Yeah.
But
God
anyway,
damn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Spider fans, we can't win. It's
No.
sad. What are we gonna do?
Not in
I-
It's
years,
just
man.
depressing.
Given up.
Okay.
Like, okay, so here's the thing about Spider-Man. In the past 10 years, the run that gets talked about the most as like the best is Nick Spencer's run, and I still hear people complain about it.
Well, yeah, because the end is not the end. Okay, so I don't know how much you read of Nick Spencer's.
I read
feel like
nothing.
I have to rant about this because
I
I
had
was
given up by then.
I was in from the start. Like when they announced it, God, like January or February of 2018, and everyone was like, "Oh, Nick Spencer, Captain America, he's gonna do Spider-Man. Is he gonna ruin it? Is it gonna be like Secret Empire?" And then the Free Comic Day issue came out, and everyone went, "Eh," and I was like, "But I like it though because they got Ryan Otley." And then the first issue came out, everyone loved it, and like the first year and a half, it was great. It was like it's like when you first get your investment money for a startup or something, and everything's great, and everyone loves it, and everyone's happy, and then the cracks start to show after about a year and a half, and like they had the ongoing Kindred story, and people were like, "Yeah, you know what? Like, fine, whatever. Kindred, sure, you can do something with that." But people liked it more because Spencer was just he was going back into the toy box and digging out old Spider-Man stuff and just kind of dusting it off and having fun. And it seemed, I don't know, it seemed like it was more interested in growth than some of the stuff that Dan Slott was doing before. But I
Oh,
think
man, you
once
know
they
what?
after 50, which I also find funny because
Fuck
Batman
Dan
did the same
Slott.
thing after the wedding after 50. But after 50, when they sort of started transitioning more and more to the Kindred stuff, it's like the cracks just got worse and worse, and then it was like the load-bearing wall from The Simpsons or whatever. Like, just the cracks got worse and worse and worse, and then it just fucking broke. And then by like the last leg of that run, and Kirk and I were actually reviewing it at that time, I was just like, I'm so done, and I was so depressed. 'Cause I was loyal to that book for a lot longer than people were, like even into the 60s. I was like, no, but it's still fun, and Nick Spencer's trying his best, like he's my son. I'm trying to cheer him on, but it was such a disappointing ending. And then yeah, we went to that and to Beyond, and you know the rest.
Yeah.
So,
Like he was
yeah.
your son. That's what I feel like every time me and you disagree about Jeff Johns. Like you're defending your child.
I'm defending my child. Like, no, I know he has talent.
He
just, like, he makes
Jeff
mistakes.
Johns is
It's not his
beyond
fault.
talented.
It's not his fault.
He is,
You
don't
he is
understand.
very talented.
My child, he's just misunderstood.
he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a great dad. But no, people talk fondly about the Nick Spencer run. A lot of it is warranted, but Yeah, talk about a disappointing ending.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
So when did the Nick Spencer run? When was that? What run was that?
that was 2018 to 2021.
I
Okay.
got it. Yeah, at least
Yeah,
one. At least, yeah, because we're in issue 31 of current
yeah,
ASM.
All right.
yeah, because
So
that was 2022. Yeah, no, it had to be because like summer into fall or fall into uh like early winter of 2022. That was the whole Beyond era, and then
All right.
after that was the Zebwell stuff.
all right. See, I I actually enjoyed Sinister Spider-Man. Now, granted, I have not been a like constant on and on and on Spider-Man reader, just here and there. I know that Spider-Man is quite like Batman. He's the one that sells, which means that one out of every 10 stories is gonna be fantastic. Um,
What? So you're talking about the Doc Ock as Spider-Man?
yeah.
Yeah. No, that
Superior.
best
I'll
Spider-Man story in the past 20 years.
say that
Yeah.
again.
That might be the best Spider-Man story in the past 20 years.
It was super good, and then
I
the
will make
one
that
before
statement.
that I enjoyed
Dude, we don't
was
have that many people watching. We don't want them all to leave. Something like that.
Being a Marvel reader that didn't quit in the past 20 years, what would you say is the best Spider-Man story in the last 2 decades?
Can we go three?
Well, if you go back to Straczynski, that's kind of cheating.
I
Yeah.
no. I
Well, that's
well,
like
I want
what,
Maximum Carnage.
2001 or something?
I
Does that count for
gobbled that
Spider-Man
shit
story?
up. I
Is that
loved
more
it
of a
so
Venom
much.
story?
Yes.
That doesn't count.
Damn. It's more of a Venom Carnage story.
Yeah.
And Shriek. Everybody forgets Shriek.
That's only because nobody remembers anything besides
Yeah.
Venom and Carnage.
The rest of the symbiotes are just kind of there.
Yeah.
Shriek wasn't a symbiote. Shriek was the one that could do the sonic scream that could knock the symbiote off of people, and she was a bad guy.
Oh, I keep
With
thinking
Carnage.
that's the yellow one.
Nope, that was just a Shriek
Purple
was
one?
just like a chick with white skin and black hair, that black blue hair from way back then.
Oh, okay.
Kind of dressed like Pat Benatar. Good stuff. And
Okay,
then
where were
what
we?
was the one that 2-issue run about when Mary Jane died?
No, no, I'm ready to move on from that. I can't talk about frickin' Rain anymore. Two great segues into my next piece of news. Speaking of Vanish, and Josh brought up Donny Cates. If you've been wondering where Donny Cates has been all year with his books, he's not been writing any of his own books. That's because
No.
apparently he was in a major car accident and basically out of commission for the last 6 months.
Of which he has no memory of.
Yeah, he's just
Which-
getting back into life, and like
Yeah.
his ocular socket was like all cut up and damaged, and he had a little
Yeah.
bit of brain damage and memory loss. It was just fucked up.
I have to wonder when that was. Like, I don't want to get too much into his personal details, but he mentioned like the last 6 months. But the last time I remember seeing him anywhere was, I mean, I know he was at San Diego Comic-Con recently, but
Yeah,
a friend and I went to C2E2 like August 2022, and I remember he was there because he signed the Venom Rex trade that I had, and he seemed fine there. So
yeah,
I'm-
but
I'm
that was 12 months ago.
yeah, I'm wondering like how soon after that the accident happened.
No,
Well, I mean, if he doesn't remember the last 6 months, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
it was probably about 6-7 months ago.
Okay.
yeah,
It took me. I got into a head-on car accident. It took me a month to remember things, and I tell
Yeah.
you, dude, I promise you, I swear to God, a maroon van is what hit me. But when I went to the junkyard, that sumbitch was parked right next to my car, and it was green.
Weird.
Right?
is this a chartreuse thing?
It's chartreuse.
Chartreuse.
I'll tell you, what color is chartreuse?
Green. Ish.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think it's like a burgundy.
No. No. It's maroon,
Um,
burgundy.
so as he recounts it, because he remembers the accident, he was coming off the freeway, sitting in the back seat of a car, and he was typing on his laptop, and a trailer truck hit them from behind and sent him flying into the seat headfirst in front of him, and also into his laptop, and that's what cut up his ocular socket.
Yeah. Damn.
And just he
Damn.
apparently he described it as cut up like a grape.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's pretty
Yeah.
brutal.
Bro, when you mess with your windshield, it's done and over with.
Oh, he was in the back seat.
He was in the back seat?
Yeah, he didn't go through the windshield. That was from his computer.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, but he also
Jesus.
hit the seat in front of him. It's
Well,
just
yeah.
yeah, it's fucked up.
Well, I mean,
Happy's
I can
okay, and he's starting to get back into things, and
Mhm.
like
I,
you said,
I can
Brandon, he was at
relate to him
SDCC
on every
recently.
level
Yeah.
except how talented he is. So my my hopes and best wishes go out to him. Memory loss and all of that is no
Yeah.
fun. I hope he gets better soon because I need more crossover.
Yep,
Has been a year.
I've been waiting for that.
Yeah.
I've been
I love
wanting to
that book
ask you
series
guys
so
if you
much.
heard anything, but now we know.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, he can get to a condition where he can do that. Because
Yeah.
we can't remember the last 6 months. I hope it hasn't permanently affected his memory. Not that that has anything to do with writing comics, like just for his own health. But
Oh, and I'm sure
issue.
him and Ryan Stegman are really good friends, and Ryan Stegman is the one that's been picking up the ball for a couple of
yeah,
his
no,
titles.
we knew that because I don't know if you guys have been reading Vanish, but if any of our viewers have been reading Vanish, and I noticed this, and I didn't want to speculate, but you kind of get the sense of it if you had been reading from issue 4 on. But if you look at the credits page, originally it's divided evenly. Donny Cates is the story, Ryan does the art. Obviously they're collaborating, but they're credited separately.
Hmm.
But around I think issue 4, Ryan starts getting the co-plot credit, and then issue 5 he's just also credited as a co-writer, like from that point on. So my guess is he was probably just writing the scripts at that point, which is
Yeah.
probably why they changed artists after issue 6 or issue 5, because it was probably too time consuming for him to write and draw the entire issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Yeah, so
Well,
Yeah, that's a lot to do in a month.
yeah,
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
which is a bummer too, because like it was their book, like it's their baby, and they kind of had to. Obviously, it's a situation out of their control, but
Yeah.
kind of unfortunate that they kind of had to sacrifice the original plan of writing and drawing everything themselves.
Yeah. But still happy that he's okay,
Yeah,
and he will be getting back into the spin of things fairly soon.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right, we've been talking for a bit. How about we get into some comics?
Yeah,
Probably a good idea.
let's take a mark for a commercial real quick, and then we'll hop right back.
Right on. Lens flare.
Oh my god. I'm just shocked at how bright that is.
It is really
I'm gonna
bright.
be honest with you.
It's almost incredible.
I knew I was shiny, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I could crash a plane with this.
you really
But
could.
don't
You're nearly
try to.
blinding us.
I have his camera blocked. No, I'm just kidding.
Hang on, let me see if I get.
That's
flaming
what's
the
really
light on
weird
your
is I have
eyes.
Brandon's
God.
camera in front of you, and there's a halo coming around it. All right, I'm gonna
If I-
stop
if I
picking
do
on
it
the
and I
bald
look
guy
in
because this isn't
Brandon's
looking
camera,
so
It's
good.
like that scene in an anime where the guy with the glasses just like has
Oh my
that,
God. Yeah, yeah.
that brilliant idea.
Indeed.
Just reflected a little bit.
All right,
I
you
always
want?
feel like I'm in an anime whenever I push in my glasses like this. 'Cause
Yeah.
Nothing
You have to say
I was
something
like,
witty when
yeah,
you do
yeah,
that, though.
like-
Yeah.
have that big brain moment.
Yeah.
wrong
Tilt
with
my
that.
head down.
All right, should we
Probably
get
is.
into some books now?
All right, let's do it. Uh, Josh, you want to start us off with the honorable mentions, the ye old honorable mentions?
I'll mention what else we've got going on here. All of these you're gonna hear about more on the bonus spotlight show you get over in our Discord. But this week we had come out Danger Street number 8, Multiversity Harley Screws Up the DCU number 6, Night Terrors Robin number 2, Night Terrors Flash number 2, Night Terrors Shazam number 2. Plus, we'll have Night Terrors Zatanna and Green Lantern, Night Terrors number 3, and the Superman Annual. I'm going to talk about all of those.
Yep, a
I'm
lot of
sure there's
books.
loads
Yep.
to say.
Oh yeah.
Wonder if
As
there's one issue in particular that we are all going to disagree with Josh about.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, I'm kind of excited to hear what you have to say about it.
yeah, yeah.
What is he not gonna like this time?
Oh, everything.
Sure, I can take a guess.
I fully believe you'd get it right in 3.
So there's three major story beats. I could get it right in 3, I'm sure. If I'm not right in 3, I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
But I think Brandon can get it in 1.
I think probably. All right. Well, I guess we'll have to find out. That issue that I'm speaking about is on the bonus show,
Yeah.
and we will talk about it then.
Yeah. For now, though, let's get into this week's books, starting off with World's Finest Teen Titans number 2, the much awaited miniseries from Mark Waid, who is writing this book with art from Emanuela Lupacino, colors from Jordi Belair, and letters from Steve Wands, with a very nice cover from Chris Samney and Matthew Lopez titled House of Horrors, despite the fact that the House of Horrors is not actually a message. Just let you know. Don't get your hopes up.
Hmm.
House of Horrors appears in something else this week.
Yeah.
House
Weirdly
of
enough,
Horrors is
Coincidentally, yeah.
House of Horrors is supposed to be DC's horror convention panel. That's what it used to be called, where they would push out Joe Hill's books, which
Yeah.
are making another round, by the way. Oh, we'll get.
Oh,
into
is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I
I
know.
thought he was just kind of branching out, doing more stuff at other publishers, but I thought they were kind of done with the Hill House books.
Oh, the article I just read here a minute ago, we were looking at what was the sequel? Another one for Bag Full of Heads. There was
Oh,
Refrigerator and Duffel Bag, and I want to say that there's one more coming for that, and I want to say I read that there's one more coming from Daphne Byrne.
yeah. Yeah, it was Basket, then Refrigerator, then, I don't know, probably a fishing net full of eggs or something.
Whatever it is, it's coming.
Yeah.
But the other title that I think I saw that's going to be picked back up is Daphne Byrne, and that
Okay.
one's not
Yeah.
bad. I wasn't a fan of Dollhouse though.
That's fair.
But,
I would like a sequel to Plunge. I don't
oh,
really know what they do.
yes.
I just want more horror art from Stuart Immonen.
that
But,
was
but yeah.
That sounds
so
good.
good. I forgot about Plunge, but um, I don't know why I started talking about Joe Hill. Oh, I was pissed off
Yeah,
about
House
the
of
House of
Horrors.
Horrors.
Yeah, which again is not in this issue.
No.
Okay, so we're opening up on Garth and Bumblebee meeting up outside, excuse me, Wonder Girl's apartment. And inside Wonder Girl's apartment is none other than Mal Duncan, if I remember is his last name.
Yes, sir.
Right? I cannot remember his Teen Titans hero name. It is-
Herald, Guardian, take your
Yeah.
pick.
Oh, we had a few, eh? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the in-universe first meeting of Mal and Karen, aka Bumblebee, and hitting it off right off the bat. Aqualad and Donna are going on a little sightseeing kind of date. Mal and Karen following behind, in a kind of a pseudo double date, which is kind of fitting. Uh, I sense foreshadowing, but we'll see where that goes. Near the end, they the oh my god, the Titans, Jesus, skipping over my tongue here. The Titans get called away to a mission over in North Carolina to the famed would-be House of Horrors, but it is not really a House of Horrors, just a house with a scared girl inside who is manifesting psychic abilities. Starting off with just ESP reading minds, but is able to project her fears onto other people. So a few members of the Titans go in, namely Speedy, Aqualad, and Wonder Girl, head into the house to find this girl, while the rest of the Titans go figure out who she is and what's up with her. Each of the Titans that are in the house get separated and come across their own individual fears. Donna is rejected by her native Amazonians. Speedy is I could just I forgot his name for a second. I was gonna say Garth or Garfield or
Garfield.
I was like
Harper.
I don't know why I was gonna say that. I was like, his name starts with the G. Does like no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's okay. Roy, aka Speedy, comes across these shadow people who just bat away all of the arrows he shoots at them. And Aqualad is met up against a wall of mirrors, showing him different horrific versions of himself and how everything is calling him a freak. But Aqualad begins to snap out of it because he's faced these demons before and ends up finding the girl and talks her down and says, look, I understand what you're going through. You're not a freak. You're not a monster. I know how it is. Let us help you. And at that point, she does begin to calm down as the rest of the Titans return after their fact-finding mission with a close friend of hers. They reunite and they all go on their merry way. And on their way back to Titan's Tower, Roy and Wally get an invitation to Titans Con in Metropolis. And everyone's excited except for Robin. Because
Of course.
he is what rhymes with Dick?
A lot
Stick,
of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a stick up his butt.
He's sick.
Yeah.
He's sick of Roy, that's for sure.
He's definitely sick of Roy. That's a very good point. So yeah, I thought this was a very interesting issue. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's what, 6-issue mini?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because as much as I'm enjoying it and like the first and second issues are quite good, I don't really have a feel for the overall story yet. And being 6 issues, there really should be an overall story.
Mhm.
You'd think.
Is this supposed to? No, I don't think there's supposed to be an overall story. I think this is just revisiting the Teen Titans. But
Yeah.
do you
it's
think
funny-
that this is taking place during? What was that? Hard Traveling Heroes? No. When
No, it
Roy
couldn't
was
be, yeah.
when Roy went through the heroin addiction.
Yeah. Like I don't know if it I mean I guess maybe it's possible, I'm not really sure. But,
It seems like they're replacing that with him maybe having delusions or something. Talking to Ollie that's not there. I mean, that is a little.
I mean, I never really
little
thought about that.
crazy.
You might be on the right track there
yeah.
with it's during Hard Traveling Heroes.
I mean, yeah, I guess it could be. It just because this feels like this is maybe like late 70s Titans, so this is probably after that story arc where Roy
Mm-hmm.
kind of got kicked out and then eventually kicked the smack and then came back to the Titans. So I don't know. You could be right, but I just kind of assumed this was a little bit later.
Yeah.
It's so hard for me to figure
Yeah.
that out in this book.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell because like they mentioned Charlie,
Mhm.
Golden Eagle from Titans West. So I assume that's like roughly the era they're talking about with with Titans West, Bumblebee and Lilith and Charlie and Beast Boy and all that stuff. But I also don't know because like this is supposed to be the first meeting between Mal and Karen,
Mhm.
but I thought they met when they were on Titans West together. So I don't know if this is like a retcon or its own continuity. Who knows?
It could very well just be a retcon.
I'm tired of trying to figure this shit out.
I'm saying, man. It's like,
I'm throwing in the towel.
throw
my
a little
job.
note in the book and just tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tired of doing the work.
Well, 'cause I mean, they mentioned Titans West in the last issue. I think I could
I
be
think you're
misremembering,
right. That
but
does sound familiar.
yeah. So my guess is it's like this. Yeah, this is like the era that's between Hard Traveling, but right before the New Teen Titans in 1980, something like that.
Okay, fair enough.
Um, either way, I still think it's good. And the next issue does sound a lot of fun. If they do go to this Titans Con, I'm just surprised that it wouldn't be an overall story. Like if it is just tales during this era taking place in the world's finest world, like, all right, I dig it. Just I don't know, it was kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Before we were talking, I'd mentioned the Flash, Green Lantern, Brave and the Bold series. And I feel like that's kind of similar because it doesn't really have an overarching story. It's just here are tales, various tales from different eras in Flash and GL's past in chronological order.
Right.
It's kind of like, yeah, just enjoy, chew on that for a little bit. So
Oh,
it could be something like that, just kind of a throwback series. So
yeah,
enjoy that era.
right on. I can get behind that for sure. I dig that. It's better than Marvel revisiting past series.
They just revisit the past that no one wants to remember. Like they're fucking with you.
I hear 2 years from now we're gonna get something called Clone Wars.
I was just about to say next year, Spider-Man Clone Wars revisited.
This time they're gonna stretch it out over 2 years.
Well,
Oh Jesus!
I mean, we'll be coming up on like the 30th anniversary of that in a couple of years.
That's
so
what I'm
I
saying, man.
I feel like because DC's doing this, you know, the return, the anniversary of the return and death of Superman, or death.
I thought it was older than Death of Superman. When did Clone Wars happen?
That's like 95, 96,
Was it
something
really?
like that. Yeah.
Yep.
I thought
Around
the
that
first
time.
one was in like the late '80s.
Yeah, no. Well, the original Clone Saga is like 70s. That's the after the Jackal storyline.
Yeah.
Did I say Clone Wars?
Yes.
Wait. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, Spider-Man Clone Wars. Why not? No. Yeah, I think given that we're coming up on the 30th, I would not put it past Marvel to do something to commemorate that, even though no one wants it.
All I know is if that happens, Ben Riley and Kane better both be respected.
If you,
Okay,
if you like Ben
what's-
Riley, don't read Spider-Man currently.
I won't.
What's gonna happen?
I do like Ben Riley though.
In Spider-Man Clone Wars is Peter Parker is going to walk up to Ben Riley.
He said it again.
No, I know. I
No,
did it on
deliberately. Yeah.
purpose. Peter's
Okay.
gonna walk up to Ben Riley and it's like, you can sit on the web, but we do not grant you the rank of Spider.
Oh God.
Is what's gonna happen.
And then King
Peter's
bitch slaps him.
Or not Peter. Ben is gonna go on a rampage and kill all the Spiderlings in training.
Oh God.
And then there's gonna be
No.
a scene with Peter talking to a version of Mary Jane. Or wait, no. What's Ben's girlfriend's name? Janine or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Janine, Ben killed the Spiderlings. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that very much.
It doesn't quite fit, but can Kane be Chewbacca?
No.
But he was really hairy at one point.
Kane needs to
who's
be
the
hunting
Yoda
down
in
Ben
this
after
scenario,
Ben
though?
goes apeshit
Madam Web.
crazy.
Oh, of course, not
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah. Right? What?
Madam Web is gonna
Madam
go
Web.
off to some different universe and just be there for.
Yeah, the Sony universe.
Oh God.
Yeah, let's just remake the second and third movie of Star Wars with Spider-Man. That's what the public
Let's
wants.
do it.
Yeah,
Okay, who's Darth Maul?
who's Darth Maul?
In Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Okay, well, who's somebody that's amazingly badass that got beat in 30 seconds?
What are all of the B to A grade Spider-Man villains?
Yeah, I
All
was
right,
trying to
well,
think.
then that fits.
like someone who looks really cool but is just kind of a joke when it comes to fighting. That's what I'm trying to think of.
I know it's not accurate, but all my brain is screaming at me is Chameleon.
Really? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
kind of. Yeah. For some reason I kept thinking of Big
Oh.
Wheel. It doesn't look cool at all, but I guess
Shocker.
it's a minor threat. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I don't know about Shocker in his original costume. Or no, never mind. I was thinking of Electro. We're
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Shocker.
No. Shocker in his oven mitt t-shirt.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Did you ever read Superior Foes of Spider-Man?
No, I always wanted to, but I
Oh
never got
man,
around
that's
to
a
it.
great one.
I hear it's
Shocker's in that too.
hilarious.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious. Also by Nick Spencer.
Yeah, I should check that out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Should we check out some DC comics?
Probably not.
This is a Marvel show now.
Hey, watch
We have been
your
talking about
mouth.
more and more Marvel lately, I have to say.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. This is a Spider-Man show.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Next week, review Spider-Man Reign.
Spider-Man,
God.
or it'd be Spider-Man. If
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
The way you said that just now, I heard nothing but like, so my wife has a close friend. Her husband is from North Carolina, and I just heard his voice when he said Spider-Man. I'm like,
Spider-Man.
when did you get here?
Start reading comics.
Excellent.
You're actually not far from them either.
No, not from North Carolina.
Yeah. All right, DC Comics.
Yeah.
Teen
DC
Titans.
Comics.
Did we even score this book?
No.
8.5 out of 10. I have
8
not
from
yet.
8.
Yeah, and I mean, what can I say about World's Finest Teen Titans? Lupitino did a great job. 5 out of 10.
Jesus.
Ooh, rough. I mean,
There's
hey,
just
you either
there's
like it or you don't.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, there's just nothing that's interesting me. Like you guys, like
fair.
Rob had mentioned, it doesn't seem like there's really any kind of a story here other than some kids,
Doing shit.
doing shit, and then Robin going, but Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, is that not a teenage Dick Grayson in a nutshell?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Processing his bat trauma, his bat daddy trauma.
Yeah. I saw a panel from it was a 90s
Daddy.
book. I don't know if it was Titans or Nightwing.
Oh wait, I think I might know what you're talking about.
When Roy took over leadership and Dick had quit and he came back and he was just like yelling at Roy and beating the shit out of him because apparently they made some like government contract or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
And-
the government. I think it was Commander Steele.
Yeah.
Reached out to Roy and was basically like, "Lead the Titans," and he did, and it was that fucking weird lineup with Damage and Terra and
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And Dick just wasn't happy with it.
Imagine that.
And then he came back and yelled at Roy. And then I think it was Donna came out to like console him.
The hell, boy?
And he was like, "This is what Batman always taught me. Like, you're Nightwing now. Why are you still listening to Batman?"
because like this is like that early era. This is like '96 or '95 or something, where he just struck out to Bloodhaven.
Yeah.
Now he's like, "Oh, I can be my own man." But I was still trained by Batman though.
Yeah.
I gotta let people know, process that, because he hadn't learned how to be fully independent yet.
I'm
See, I-
Batman's kid.
Yeah, exactly.
I grew up with the Batman the Animated Series Nightwing origin
Yeah,
in the comics, where he had a huge fight. I'm sure it was the same with the main continuity. Huge fight with Batman, who's like, "Again, I'm done. I don't want to be Robin anymore. You suck. I hate you," and then runs away and learns capoeira and comes back in a new persona as Nightwing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's harder in the comics because there's just
Mhm.
with the animated series, there's none of the Titan stuff. So it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
I hate you, I'm leaving, and then I just become Nightwing. With Dick, it's
Yeah.
like, I hate you, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go hang with my friends for like 5 years, and then I'll come back when you're all fucked up from pain
Right.
help you fight Azrael, and then I'll be Batman for a little bit, and then I'll tell you to fuck off again, and then I'll go to move to Bloodhaven.
Right.
Yeah.
Something like that. But that's a little too complicated.
Toodles,
that's
Bat
that's a
bitch.
little-
Yeah,
Bye, Batlisha.
exactly.
Batman. Excellent.
Yeah. Also, the animated series version didn't have my favorite part of the Nightwing origin, how he got his name from Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They even say in the animated series. I don't really.
I think it had something to do with the person that trained him capoeira.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Capoeira.
Some legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was capoeira.
Something like that. I'm sure.
Capoeira.
Huh?
You
Capoeira.
pronounce it capoeira.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the R is like one of those
Oh.
like RY sounds. Anyway. All right.
All right.
So
yeah. So next up, speaking of Batman,
Batman offspring to Batman offspring.
yeah, a lot of Batman. Batman's not in this, though. I mean, it depends on which Batman. There's two Batmans in this, but none of them Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 11.
Is that hard to figure out?
Batman Inc. Number 11. Hopefully, Josh can make sense of this.
I will.
I feel like I should be covering this book this week, but
Right?
I'll let you have
Written by Ed
Yeah.
Brisson, art and colors by John Timms, Sergio Acuna, Nicole Sismacia. Oh man, Sismacia.
Mezshija.
What he said.
That thing.
I can't do that last name. And Rex Locus on art as well, colors. Clayton Cowles on lettering, and the cover was also done by Timms. That's really pretty. It's a lot of yellow, but it looks really good. So, what happens in Batman Incorporated number 11? Bat-Man of China has a bit of a problem with Ghostmaker wanting to kill his sister to save the hostages.
Fair.
I forget his sister. Oh, Alpaca.
Alpaca.
Alpaca, yeah.
Yeah, right? Okay. Regardless, while El Gaucho tries to mediate between the two of them, Batman and China and Ghostmaker, the two of them just start to go at it. Alpaca comes out and says that the two of them have to fight to the death, and if they don't, she's gonna toss all of the hostages off of the building. Well,
Yeah.
So we go over to old Dusty. He just messed up everybody with that car accident. And Clown Hunter and Batman of Japan are limping around following Raven Red, who says, "Untie the hostages, I'm gonna go fuck up Dusty." It's personal because, well, I mean, if the listeners don't remember, Dusty put a big old hole in Raven Red Sr., and he's still lying in the hospital in critical condition. Moving over to Joker, who calls El Gaucho on the phone. Well, calls Alpaca, who gives it to El Gaucho. Says, since he found all the clowns, I'm taking the wheel down. Time limit got shortened.
The actual Raven Red Senior.
There you go. So the time limit got shortened down to 30 minutes, and everything's set to go right now. Right now it's 29 minutes. We keep on getting reminded. Now we're with Joker. Or I already said that part. But anyway, they got 30 minutes left, and in the words of the Clown Prince himself, kablooey, if nothing goes the way he says. Night Runner goes after the other Psycho Circus clown dude, Charles de Gaulle. El Gaucho breaks free, puts a gun to Alpaca's head. She says she don't care, and then says, toss everybody. While that is going on, Knight and Grey Wolf are desperately scrambling to figure out how they're going to fix losing Die Laughing and the tech. And the whole thing wraps up with Raven Red tackling and beating the living hell out of Dusty Bronco. Batman of Japan tries to stop him, but he gets knocked back as Raven Red tells Dusty he's gonna make damn sure he never hurts anyone again.
It's like, yeah, fuck off, Jiro.
Right? I can't remember. This series is the one I keep forgetting if it's ongoing or if it's 12 issue. Do we know?
I think it's ongoing.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I don't see a solicit past 12, so
Maybe
I'm
I'm
not
wrong.
sure.
Right. Because, I mean, we're coming to the end of the story here, so.
Yeah.
If things do continue, shit don't look good for Batman Incorporated. I could almost see a division between the two. a Batman Inc. that follows Batman standards, and then another team following Ghostmaker. A War of Batman. No, that would be cool. I would have much rather read The War of Batman than fucking Night Terrors. But that's another turd to step in. One more thing that's really cool about the book is how freaking great the art is. There's a few panels I won't be writing home about, but overall it's pretty good. I've really liked this book since it debuted. Every month I become a bigger Ed Brisson fan. I feel like it's been a while since we've gone a month without an Ed Brisson book.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's an issue 11 now, but if you like Batman Inc., you'll like this. Go back and start reading it if you haven't already. Good writing, good story, and damn good art. I'm definitely coming back for it enthusiastically. 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm looking at League of Comic Geeks, and it doesn't say final issue, but everything is kind of pointing towards that.
What say you, Batman of Cornell?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was the same thing with Aquaman too, so it very well could be.
Yeah.
It could be like a shadow cancel, or they're just taking a break month. Who knows? As for me, I did enjoy this one. It definitely felt like you're kind of, I don't want to say standard penultimate issue, but everything is leading up to the big climax. You're kind of just like it's that moment where you're like, okay, I wish I could just get to that. Not that I want to rush it, but it's more like everything is leading to that point, and I just want to get to that point because I'm impatient.
I feel you, man.
Yeah, but no, this was a fun issue. Really great art, like you said. Like that they were able to kind of have 3 different artists that felt pretty seamless, which was cool.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hope everything kind of gets a satisfying conclusion if next issue is the end of the series, but we'll see. But yeah, it's solid. Just again, I feel like I wish I had a better description than standard penultimate issue, but it kind of felt like that. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. Like not bad, just nothing exceptional.
I mean, yeah, I would say it's pretty action packed. All the threads are coming together. I mean, it's all knotted up. You just want to see what it looks like when it's all done, man.
Exactly.
What do you guys think about the possibility of after next month's number 12, Ghostmaker is no more?
Like dead?
Like dead.
Ooh,
Like
well, I don't see
he
that.
sacrifices
No, I don't
himself
see-
in order to stop the Joker from doing it because he's got approximately 17 minutes left to make sure
Yeah.
all of those bombs don't go off.
I don't see that, but I could see him potentially leaving Batman Inc. or
Yeah.
more people out or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely don't see him dying.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, it's comic books. He could always come back later.
I
Sure.
definitely can see somebody dying. I just don't know who, but I
Yeah.
definitely not Ghostmaker.
And it better not be Night Runner. I want
It-
Night Runner to get his own damn book.
It,
I don't
it
even-
tries.
It never got off the ground.
Nope. Oh, wait, what? He had
Well,
one?
I don't know if this is entirely true, but when Night Runner was first introduced, like they had him in, I don't know, like an annual, or it might have been the backups of Gates of Gotham or something. And I think I got the impression that they were trying to, like, I don't know, maybe try and stealthily pitch for his own series. I can't say whether or not that's true, but it kind of felt like it. But my guess is any other plans they might have had with him probably got axed because they were gearing up for the reboot in 2011. So they couldn't really do much with it there.
Nope. I literally just typed it in and like the very first result was like just saying what you said in a different way. So you're dead ass on right there. But Rob, you?
I could be Clown Hunter dies.
Ooh. Clown Hunter would sacrifice himself, and
That's
that is
what
a
I'm
character
thinking.
that's kind of a dead end.
Is that what you're thinking, or is that what you're hoping?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't hope, but I kind of like Clown Hunter.
He annoyed the shit out of me, but now he's just another Batman character.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like Punch and Julie. It's like they're there. I wish they
Yeah.
weren't.
So now my notes are kind of funny because my notes were we're getting close to the end now. I think it's really hard to tell because it feels like the story just keeps going, adding bits at a time. And now I find out that next issue might be the last issue. So yeah, we are getting close to the end. You were right, Rob. But I did mean that in a bit more of a petty fashion. But now it doesn't make sense.
Nah.
So
Well, I'm hoping we're wrong, and I'm hoping even if Batman Inc. does drop off, I want to see Brisson doing something because before this, he delivered that awesome Deathstroke story, which is probably in my top three stories involving Deathstroke. I thought it was gonna be dumb. I don't know if you guys remember. I'm like, why in the hell do we need a Deathstroke origin story? And then issue one, I was like, oh my god, this is so
yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
it
that
was really
really
cool.
written. Um, well, if I mean, yeah, if you like Ed Brisson and you're willing to cross the line over to Marvel, he's doing Alpha Flight next,
Ooh,
which I'm hoping that I'm not going to be the only person reading, especially
Oh,
the only
I
person
will
who's not
definitely read it.
Canadian. Okay, good. 'Cause I was like, I can't be the only American reading this. That's not
no.
fair.
When was
I
the
think
last time
Kurt might
Alpha
read
Flight had a book?
it. Called Alpha Flight. It's been
Yeah,
a
I
long
have no
fucking time.
idea. Yeah.
like a
I
couple
want to
decades, right?
say since
The 90s?
Fear itself.
Oh,
I think that's when it made the transition to Omega Flight.
Right.
yeesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it I'll give Alpha Flight a shot just as long as it's not tied into some other fucking X-Men story that I'd have to read 3 years of stories and get some time of Turing machine to decode. But yeah, I just for nostalgia purposes, I'll read Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the not X-Men. Like I loved Excalibur, I loved Alpha Flight. It's like all of those that were X Force, anything that was like X Men but wasn't, I fell in love with.
Weird.
I know, right?
It's like outsider syndrome or something. Like you don't want to be on the main team. You want like the associated teams.
Yeah.
I'll
Perhaps
read X Factor, but I won't read X Men.
it's
I
like
get it
I
because they were
liked
more fun.
they are
It's
well
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that whole Cable Bishop story when that shit all first broke, man, it was like mind blowing, and then
Yeah.
the whole Betsy with the personality or the body swap and then her becoming Captain Britain, all of that shit was really good, man. It's like I'm Psylocke, but no, it's not Betsy Braddock. What was her other name?
Quanon?
Yeah,
Well, Quanon's the one she body swapped with.
yeah.
But I know they just recently kind of fixed that.
Oh,
In,
that's good.
Or maybe that was probably before Excalibur because that was like I don't remember, but anyway.
It was before Excalibur.
Yeah.
That had
Yeah,
already
something like
happened.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we keep drifting to fucking Marvel. Let's drift
Yeah.
over to
That's what
Wildstorm.
I'm saying. We're just like we're done. We don't even need to talk about DC anymore.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
Stop
review
it.
Marvel books now.
No, I won't
That's on
rave
me though.
about
I brought up
anything.
Alpha Flight.
Josh refuses.
I won't be able to go through all of it.
Well,
Here's just-
actually I have a good transition for this because if you don't want to talk about Marvel characters, you can talk about Marvel ripoff characters, also known as the Wildstorm characters or our lovely Wildcats, who are now just a regular part of the DC universe. And everyone who might protest, we all know it's true. They literally admitted to it. Also, Silvestri said that Cyberforce was originally intended to be a Marvel pitch. So, anyway, Wildcats number 10, written by Matthew Rosenberg, with art from Steven Segovia and Tom Derenick, colors from Elmer Santos, and letters from Ferran Delgado. This takes place after a botched mission to acquire some mysterious rocks for Halo, and Spartan is called back to the Halo building in Metropolis for the big beatdown, which is an old Wildcats reference for anyone who gets it. After jumping out of the Halo building, Voodoo is saved by the Michael Cray Spartan, not the other one that we just saw, I think. I wasn't really sure. And the pair nearly make it to safety before they're attacked by Maul across town while the other cats are still getting acquainted with Jack Lynch. They discover that the man who's helping with intel and funding this whole operation against Halo is none other than Halo CEO Jacob Marlowe himself. Oh my god, who could have expected such a twist? Apparently, having lost Halo to the Court of Owls, Marlowe is now just as much against the company as Zana, Maxine, and Caitlin, or so he says anyway, and the group speeds off in a limo. Back at the site of the Halo building, Cray and Voodoo are still going through the big beatdown, now with added 7 soldiers and Talons, and the limo carrying the other Wildcats arrives and is stopped by an arrow, which leads them to crash into a pole. A trio of Arsenal, Black Canary, and Batman have formed and are responsible for the limo crashing, and are trying to take down this Halo madness once and for all, starting with the cats. But the team is not having it. So as they all begin to fight, as superheroes do, Cray discovers that he can transfer his consciousness over to other bodies and uses this on Maul to allow the real Spartan, John Colt, to regain his consciousness and fly off with Voodoo, while Cray will just remain in Maul's body for the time being. The Arsenal, Black Canary, and Bats trio seem to be gaining the upper hand on the rest of the cats before Grifter makes his grand entrance, having returned from the alternate reality, and in true bastard fashion, holds his own teammate Caitlin at gunpoint, ordering the trio to stand down. The trio comply, which gives Marlowe and the cats time to use a Justice League transporter to escape, which the code name is F out of Dodge, which I thought was hilarious.
It is hilarious.
And as they poured off, Bats realizes that the Halo problem has truly gotten out of hand and that they need to find their weak link to ultimately bring them down. Yeah, this was a fun one.
It always is.
It's been getting a little crazy just with the whole alternate reality Grifter story, and then everything going on with the Court of Owls taking over. It just seemed like there was a lot going on, but this kind of brought everything back, I think, in a little bit more cohesive way. Now that Grifter's back, and we're really just kind of focusing on the Halo, Halo story. So yeah, I thought it was fun, solid art, and it'll be interesting to see where the cats end up next, and just how long Cray is going to stay in Maul's body, whether he can or not, who knows. But yeah, there's good stuff here, and actually I enjoyed this one quite a bit more than last month's issue. So gave this an 8.5
Charizard
out
is
of
what
10.
Baton thinks he looks like.
I really don't want him to stay in Maul's body.
Yeah, but
I want him back in Spartan. I want him
or
back
just
in
his
Spartan.
own body.
Or-
Why haven't they
mean,
cloned another body for him at this point? Maybe they're busy. I don't know.
budget cuts?
Yeah, something like that.
Budget cuts.
Surely you have a spare Deathblow body lying around, male or female, or neither. I don't know, something. Just like it doesn't have to be in someone else's body.
I think it'll be all right.
Yeah.
As long as they get him out of Maul. What I do know about this book is that it did as long as they get him out of Maul. What I do know about this book is that it did as long as they get him. Sorry, I was hearing myself. Had to check that. This book didn't need any DC heroes in it, not any extra ones, like at all. But Rosenberg found a way to like work it in and make sense, man. That shit matched the Wildcats kind of flavor. Didn't make it into a Batman story, and I'm very thankful for that. It's interesting that Wildcats are going to be stepping into the bad hero role. I almost get a fuck you Batman Jason Todd vibe from Grifter right now, which makes
are they bad
sense.
or are they misunderstood?
Well, I mean, they call themselves the bad guys. Maxine and Grifter both do. I don't think that they truly are, but they kind of are right now. Um, but I'm a sucker for Wildcats. Now Rosenberg makes it. He makes it worse because he does it so well.
Yeah.
Segovia, Darenick, Santos, they do not fail to deliver either. It's nonstop action, intrigue, and all of your typical Wildcats humor. I don't know how you could go wrong with this. 9 out of 10. Pick up all of these issues.
Yeah. Definitely. Um, the only other thing I can add on is the blatant planting seeds for birds of prey. Thought that was quite nice.
Yeah.
Making me a little bit more excited about that series. I don't know how you guys feel still about Xana being on that team, but I'm all for it.
I'm interested. I don't know if I'm sold, but I'm interested.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
It seems odd. Who is writing it? Do we know?
Kelly Thompson.
Oh,
So
really?
excited. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, hey,
They brought her over to the proverbial dark side, and I was very excited about that.
that's wonderful.
Yeah, like it could be really friggin' good.
Mhm.
And the fact that I think it was Kelly Thompson that was the one that kind of alluded to the fact that the team that they have to start is not necessarily going to be the team going forward.
Yeah, they kind of said like Black Canary could just recruit different teams.
Yeah.
Which I like. I like that kind of style because there's so many different birds of prey you could choose.
Exactly. Yeah, so apart from that, the only other note I had was Grifter is back. Yay.
Yay!
I'm happy about that. 9 out of 10 though. Art's fantastic, story's great. It's still we're 10 issues deep. It has not lost any of the fun it had from the first issue.
Mhm.
It's so freaking good.
Yeah.
Every time I say this Matthew Rosenberg rating here, right?
Yep.
Every time I think of Matthew Rosenberg, I'm thinking Michael Rosenbaum, just because it's Evan.
I made that mistake.
Seriously?
You guys laughed your asses off at me. Like, I don't know. It had to have been. Well, it was way back during Task Force Z,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I made the mistake of I'm like,
Michael Rosenbaum.
yeah,
Yeah.
Matthew
I was-
Rosenbaum. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, if Michael Dorn can write comics, why not Michael Rosenbaum?
I don't know.
Exactly.
If he won't, he's too busy with this podcast and saying no to coming back as Lex Luthor.
But that doesn't mean you can't come back as Flash. So I'm just saying,
What?
doesn't have to be in a voice acting.
Hell yeah. I mean, I am all for that because I've also been watching old episodes of Justice League.
Yeah,
I'm on season 2 now,
Ooh.
and I am all for it.
I got to rewatch that show at some point. It's
It's
been a
actually
while.
really fucking good still.
Yeah.
I just finished the 2-part Amazo episode.
Ooh, yeah.
So damn good.
Yeah.
And especially if you remember,
Way better than New Mazo.
if you remember, I think it was last year, there was that 7-issue Justice League. It came across like a Justice League book, but it was really Justice League animated book,
Mhm.
and it had to do with Amazo. If you remember that,
I remember
the
the
title.
book. I don't remember
Yeah, I
anything
don't remember
about
the
it.
title.
yeah. But like, if you remember that book, and then you watch that episode with Amazo, and like you remember the book as the direct follow up, you're like, okay, this is perfect.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So you get that good vibe. 9 out of 10 if I didn't give my score.
9 out of 10. You didn't
Yeah.
give your score, but we know it now.
Yeah. All right. So last book for the week, we're going on to Spirit World number 4.
Spirit World number 4, which I believe is the 4th book of Spirit World.
That
Probably right.
that tracks, I think.
About right, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
What'd you guess?
mathematically sound.
Yes.
written by Alyssa Wong, art and colors and cover by Haining and Sebastian Cheng, with Janice Cheng bringing the letters. We pick right up where we left off with Xanthi, Cass, and Constantine in the Spirit World. tracking down what's going on and who destroyed Popo's apartment and kidnapped Hong. While they are walking through the building, it comes alive. Well, not really comes alive. Constantine steps on something squishy, and now the floor is covered with grotesque looking monsters. But they're not monsters, they're actually the missing residents of the building, and they are very, very goopy. Um, Xanthi, they, excuse me, recognize them and say not to hurt them. They'll hurt our heroes, though. No problem swinging back. Cass saw this in that vision that she has problems about and warns them not to let the goopy stuff touch them. Well, it immediately touches Constantine and gobbles him up, pulls him in, and Xanthi is without their paper swords. Wow, I can't talk. Still not wanting to hurt him, Cass suggests an exorcism, and that is when Constantine deploys a magic bomb and blows all the goopies off of him. Poe and company are on their way to Xanthi and those, but only after grabbing some joss paper. Joss paper is spirit money. It's the sheets of paper that they burn as offerings in old traditional Chinese stuff, and it's also the paper that Xanthi folds their swords out of. So smart move grabbing that. Now everyone is together, and the Divine Fox, aka the Soul Reaver, shows up. It is massive, like massive. While Xanthi tries the exorcism to free the goopies of their form and nearly kills themselves in the process, they pass out and are reluctantly dragged away by the rest of the team. While that happened, Bowen was gobbled up and loses his memory. Xanthi finds that out when they wake up in a strange house. Xanthi says to contact the Jade Court for help, and Popo flips the fuck out. That's when Bowen starts talking all demony and tells them to go to the place below the underbelly. That doesn't sound safe, but they do it anyways. And now Cass and Constantine have someone controlling their bodies. And making them go after Xanthi. And to be continued. But seriously, wow, I can't get enough of the book. It's really good. Not only is the art spectacular, and it really is, Haining and Cheng are masters of this style, and I don't think they've been at DC very long, have they? They're from the Milestone Initiative yet?
I don't know if it's the Milestone Initiative, but I know you said they were on Monkey Prince, and
They
were. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Where else?
All right. In any case, I am very glad that they are here. Wong too, the writing style here, the way that Wong is able to catch all of their voices right, it's perfect. A wonderful creative team that sold me on a book that I was not sure of, and now I'm addicted. Same thing happened with Monkey Prince. I thought that the idea might be cool, but I definitely wasn't sold on it, and then got slapped for doubting it to begin with. Hell yeah. My only gripe is that the time when Shang turned into the Divine Fox, it was murky as hell as to what exactly was going on, and then he kind of poofed away. They didn't like seeing it though, and but there was nothing that told us why. That's the story. That's the only problem I had with the book. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was fantastic.
No, it definitely was. But it was really quick, I felt.
It read fast.
Like, if you look at the issue, like, I barely remembered what happened when I was writing my notes, and that's because when I thought about it, like, it was just a big fight with a monster, a spirit monster, and I'm not knocking that. Like, it was awesome. It's still a great story, a great issue, but it's just, it happened so quickly because there wasn't a lot of content in this issue. But not necessarily in a bad way. Like, don't take that as a bad thing. It's just, if you're curious what the fuck happened, it's like, okay, well, not much happened. they fought a monster. 8.5 out of 10 though. Like solid story, solid issue. The art is fantastic. I am so invested in Xanthi and these characters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
no,
hell
I'm
of a
I'm
run,
uh,
dude.
I'm kind of right there with you. I like it was a very fast read,
Mhm.
and it kind of felt like, oh, did a whole lot happen outside of the fight? But hearing Josh summarize it again, it was kind of like a reminder of some of the stuff that I'd kind of forgotten through the first read. But yeah, no, it's. I feel like I wish I had more to say, but it's just a really strong, solid series, and the series is definitely propped up by its character Xanthi, who I think is like. I mean, the story itself is fun, but they're definitely the reason that I'm kind of continuing to read this series because they're just very entertaining and enjoyable character to follow. So I hope after these 6 issues, they can find a way to keep them around, like in Justice League Dark or something like that, or some other mystical title, Sentinels of Magic. I don't know, Blood Pact, whatever, or Shadow Pact. But
Sense of magic.
yeah, something I don't know, some kind of magic group or team or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just it's a fun series, and just enjoying reading it so far. So 8.25 out of 10 for me.
Right on. All right, so that's our books for the week, boys. Well
Yeah,
done.
we did it. We made it
All right,
eventually.
that's it's a hell of a run of books. All right, so shall we get to our top 3 and then a favorite moment if you had one?
All right.
Now that we're streaming this, it feels so informal.
I know.
Like
We
there's no like leading into a sound clip or anything. It's just like,
just go.
yeah,
Just go.
yeah. Hi everybody, you're muted, Josh.
Oh, whoops. I said
Yeah.
there is for me and our listeners, just not for you guys.
Yeah, I mean for at least for the people. Oh, okay. So even the people watching, like you're playing sound clips.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So for
Yeah.
those watching at home, we can't. Brandon and I cannot hear them.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
didn't
okay
even
because
like. I can
Brandon
only
can't
see
stand when I do sound effects, anyways.
Of course. No, it's well, yeah. I can only see the names that are in the stream. I can't see any comments or anything. If that's even something you can do. I don't know. I've never really used Streamlabs, so
Can you see the chat that Josh and I have had?
yeah, no, I can see that. But
Okay,
there's
so yeah, so
our
that'll
chat.
be
Yeah.
that's basically where you'll see any users chatting to us. By the way,
Okay.
if you have any questions, if you want to say hi, jump in the chat. We are here. We are listening.
Yeah. Yeah. It is kind of weird being live because I
Yeah.
guess like, we're doing our the way we would normally do the show, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it could be a little more interactive.
I
It's
mean,
a little newer.
it's your first time doing it like this with us. Like Josh and I started
Yeah.
it last. You weren't here for it. And now this is your first one. It's definitely a new beast for us, but I like it.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
The more you know.
Or you know.
All right, top 3. 2 of mine are from the bonus show. I'm gonna be honest with you right away. I might need to balance out the bonus and main show a bit better next time because I find I always put some of the better books in the bonus show, but
I mean, that's where they belong, right?
this is where they belong. Yeah. Number 3, I had Wildcats, load of fun. Number 2, I had KT Green Lantern for so many fucking reasons. And number 1, I can't wait to hear what Josh has to say. Superman Annual made my number 1 moments. Favorite moments for me for this show. Grifter coming back and asking around to his teammates if anyone's happy to see him, and they all just go, not really.
Yeah.
We know that's not true. Just put him in his place. I like it.
Yeah.
Don't keep him too happy.
I mean, you're not treating Cole right if you're not treating Cole like shit.
Yeah.
It's true. Lord knows he deserves it.
Yeah.
Right. Still love the guy though. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, as for me, at number 3, mine is actually kind of similar to Rob's. Ours seem to overlap a lot for some reason.
We must have similar tastes.
Yeah, it's similar taste. But no, at number 3, I also had Wildcats, number 10. At number 2, I had Night Terror Zatanna, actually, which I'll be excited to talk about. But at number 1, I also had the Action Comics Annual 2023, number 1, for reasons that we will discuss soon. I'm sure Josh will disagree with many of those, but I had a lot of fun. But my favorite moment, I was trying to find it in Wildcats, but Grifter has a line that's something like when he finally makes it back, he says like, "Damn, I love a good entrance" or something like that.
Yeah.
that was good. So that was funny.
Yeah, that was well done.
Yep. Mine's my favorite moment is pretty close to yours, just on the other side of that entire exchange. My top 3, I gave 3 to Batman Incorporated. That was pretty good. Number 2, I loved Spirit World, and all of you should be reading it right now. And number 1, I gave to Wildcats. I thought that was epically good this week. My favorite moment from the regular podcast, it's crude. But while these were all awesome books, it's really hard to pick a specific moment that would set any of them off or apart. So crude. That's the way I'm going. My favorite part is officially when Grifter looks at Batman and says, "As always, Batman, you can suck my whole..." And then it trails off. I'm assuming he meant lollipop, but we're never going to know.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure it was something very warm and cuddly because he's a family-friendly character.
Very. I mean,
Yeah.
I hope it was raspberry. Those are the best.
Yeah.
Another follow-up moment that I forgot about when I was writing down my favorite moment, which probably would have taken the cake, is him and Batman fighting, and Batman calls him Cash, and then Cash calls Batman like 2 random names.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think one of them was a callback to that Grifter story from Urban Legends.
Yep, where he calls him
Remember what the
Dave.
name- Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, running around in Gotham City.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was funny.
It
All right,
was
that
funny.
is the show. We got any? I always ask this, but we never do. Any last-minute thoughts, teases, treats, ideas?
Read Spirit World. That's all I got.
Not a whole lot other than pretty much everything that we read this week on this show. I can guarantee you that all of our readers are going to enjoy. Even if I don't personally enjoy World's Finest Teen Titans, I know that that means the rest of the world probably will.
Now we got to get you to read Spider-Man Reign, and then
No.
we're gonna love it. And
That
we're
ain't
gonna
gonna-
still hate it.
Oh,
Oh.
I see the logic there now.
Yeah. Let's not put Josh through that torture. I mean, it's not the worst Spider-Man story in the world, but
No.
goddamn, it's.
I mean,
just-
I am currently reading Marvel books right now. I've gone back to the very beginning of Moon Knight, and I'm reading
Yeah.
myself forward.
Okay, but we want you to keep reading Marvel. We don't want you to quit again.
Yeah.
So don't read Marvel and Spider-Man Reign.
Yes.
I'm not going to. I'm
Trust
gonna-
that there are good books, and there are also bad books, but you don't
Yes.
have to read those bad books.
Exactly.
would
They
think.
exist.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a
Moon
good
Knight-
story from Doctor Strange, Moon Knight.
I hear Doctor Strange is really good right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's the Jed McKay run. Yeah, it's been really
Yeah.
fun actually. And I usually have a hard time reading Doctor Strange.
Yep, him,
Yeah.
Moon Knight,
Read Ghost Rider.
She-Hulk. See, I haven't read a Ghost Rider book in forever. I liked Ronnie Reyes? No.
Robbie Reyes.
Robbie Reyes. I liked him on S.H.I.E.L.D. when I watched it, but
Oh, he was fantastic on that show.
I
Gabriel
don't
Luna was so good.
yeah, I don't know the difference
Really?
between that and
I'm getting the name mixed up.
him in the comic books. I'm an old school Johnny fan, so my
I would
entire
have pegged you for Danny Ketch being a teen in the '90s.
well, I mean, yes, Danny Ketch was there too, for sure, because
Was there too.
the look
What a
the
ringing
whole
endorsement.
the whole thing was the oh hell, they just made a damn video game out of it that they fucked all up. Midnight Suns.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And the Darkhold thing with Morbius and Lilith and all of them. I thought, oh man, I love that shit. But I think that's it, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
think so.
all right then, everybody. That means that is the end of the show. We're going to get out of here, so you have to